Second video today. So I've just been thinking a lot about my life and where I find myself in my current situation, and I'm finding that a lot of days I feel okay. Yes, I have a lot of pain and I do feel entrapped, but I feel like that's totally my choice, and I just feel like I'm not allowing myself to enjoy being comfortable. And I say that because now that I can see when I'm at work with the kids and I'm laughing and I don't focus on these negative feelings, I actually enjoy this. And for so long, I've told myself what I thought freedom was, and I took it quite literally. And even though in my heart and in my soul, I know that one day I will break free in the way that my heart yearns to do, which is just to drop everything and to go off into the wilderness and be there. And yes, that is freedom. It's a form of freedom, but freedom comes in many forms. And freedom can be living in a city and having multiple jobs and paying rent. And the minute I think that that's not freedom, I'm trapped. So if I want to find freedom in everything I do, I have to start with right now, because I know even if I go to the wilderness and I do the whole into the wild Chris McCandless thing, because that's my dream, and I've been dreaming that since I was a little girl. But even if I do that and I'm in this mind frame, it won't be enough. So if I can find freedom in this, then that moment will come where I know I'm ready for that. I hope that makes sense. And it's really hard saying this because I keep thinking about how I want to pack up all my things and here in Vancouver and then go to South America where my brother is and travel with him and do that for a while. But I know that I won't find contentment in that either. And but a part of me, like, I'm fighting with myself because I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to miss this opportunity because who knows, 5 years down the road I could have kids, or like something that really holds me back from doing something like that. And that's fear, and that also doesn't really serve me either. But yeah, like I'm fighting with myself. I'm like, do I do the whole like young 20s like running and traveling and experiencing the world, or do I try to find grounding in a place like this? I know both of them hold so much beauty and I'd learn so much either way, but it's really difficult to try to break it down and analyze what's best for me, even though I know no matter what I do, it's where I'm supposed to be and it'll be best for me in that moment. It's just hard. I'm trying to balance this rationality with spontaneity and excitement and wonder and curiosity. I've always had such a hard time with grounding. Staying in one place drives me insane. I've been in Vancouver since like the end of July, and this is like a really long time for me. I hit the point where at 3 months where I'm in any place, I'm like, okay, well, in a few months I am ready to go. Like, making it like a year or even 6 months in a place, I haven't done that in years. Like, I am really terrible with that, and maybe that's my lesson, to learn how to do that. But then again, you know, being on the road, that's where my heart is. So, being a Gemini, I am such an extremist. Yeah, but anyways, that's my thoughts. Ugh, that's my thoughts for right now. And like I said, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, nothing matters. It's what's within. It's the contentment I feel within that will allow for the external world to bring bliss. So, it's a huge karmic lesson for me, and I feel like I've been running from it a lot lately. And I mean, that's another thing. Okay, this is random, but I didn't say this in the other video, but the day before yesterday, like, after I uploaded the video, I did a microdose of acid by myself, and I'm starting to realize that I don't know if I'm giving myself enough time to integrate. I like absorbing all of this new knowledge, and when I experience it at hand, the knowledge, it's always like, yay, I'm progressing, this is good. But then after the trip, I feel like I'm back to where I was, so I'm really just not working with it. And that can be really detrimental. And I think I've done so many psychedelic trips lately that it's all becoming very, sorry, my arm. It's like one big trip now, and I can't differentiate memories and lessons and even dreams from my life. Like, everything just feels like one big blah. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like I'm losing sight of a lot of things. I don't know if this is good or bad. A lot of the time I can't recall, like I said, I can't recall days, and it's not because like my brain is melting and I'm frying it. It's that I don't care anymore. Time and everything, it just doesn't really matter, and like what matters is how I'm usually feeling right now, and like obligations are just becoming less important to me. And I don't know if you've seen it through the progression of these videos, but I'm starting to really like not give a fuck. Like, I think I lost a huge part of my, like, insecurity, in the sense that, like, I had to maintain this personality and all this stuff, like, my identity, but, I can feel myself changing. Yes, I'm still the same. I know I am in a lot of ways, but I'm more open and loose. And I think I'm losing a lot of people because of that. I'm evolving because I always do that, and I always lose a lot of people because I go through a lot of phases, and people like to ground themselves in who they thought they knew I was, even though I'm still that. I'm just and some more. I'm some more and more and more. Or actually not even more, less and less and less. A lot of the time through my evolution, it's through decluttering and releasing and letting go. But through that, it's like I gain. So it's like I'm doing the same, like giving and receiving and gaining and losing all at once. But yeah, I'm finding that I'm losing people. And I'm hoping that with this process, I will receive more people that I need to continue to evolve into the person I know I need to be. I keep seeing freaking numbers everywhere. It's been a few weeks now, and it's like 222 balance everywhere. I see 22s every single place. 2:22. And then I see like 11:33 and then 3:33 and 5:55, and I'm just like, I need to know these numbers because universe is communicating to me a lot lately, and sometimes I'm not knowledgeable enough to understand what they're saying, even though that's doubt, and yes, I am, but more lessons. Anyways, yeah, so I hope that you guys can see through these videos, although I do put out a lot of suffering and confusion. I also, in moments where I don't express that, I am finding myself, and I am finding contentment, and I am learning who I am and what I need and how to love myself. And I've really been feeling that lately. I've been feeling a lot of hate towards myself, but I can feel that was the conditioned part of me. And so, like, the more and more I keep loving myself, these conditions keep coming up. My shadow is coming up really badly lately. And I know that that's going to happen, though. With light comes a lot of darkness. So I'm willing to go through that because I want to be my fullest potential, and so I'm willing to suffer. And that's also why I enjoy psychedelics a lot. Not even psychedelics, but like very purgative medicine. Like Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds and like other things like that. It's because I know that I gain so much from going through hell, and my heart loves it. I've always been that person. I always remind myself when I think I'm a lion. I don't want to give up, and I always keep fighting, and I don't know how I've made it this far, but I have. And I have a lot of strength, and it's because I have so much darkness too. I love it both. I love the light and I love the dark. I feel really, I don't know why, and it doesn't matter why. And I should be celebrating it, not justifying my bliss and my happiness right now, but I feel really empowered in this moment. And even though the beginning of today I didn't, and maybe tonight I won't, I do now. And that's all that I can focus on is the now, and that's really, really, really grounding me lately. It's just now. And I go through phases of like these lessons and these just, I don't know, like 2 years ago I really got into Eckhart Tolle and the power of now, and like I'm in another cycle in my life where that's very prominent. And then another part of my life, I was very into Paramahansa Yogananda, his book Autobiography of a Yogi, and I was very into that. And then I've gone through phases where I'm very into Ram Dass and Be Here Now and all of his books and philosophies and Hinduism and then Buddhism. I'm finding myself in these cycles, and it's really calming because I know that through the cycles where I'm not there and I'm distracted, I will make it back, and I will come back with more strength than ever from going there because I've done that before, so I know I'll continue to do that. And cycles, oh man, that is a big thing. On my trips, when I have really bad trips, I fall into the cycle and thought loops, and that's one of my biggest fears, a cyclical movement, existence. I'm so afraid of redoing it over and over and over again. But it's the more aware of it I'm becoming and the more at peace it's becoming my strength. It's to work with my pain, work with my fears, and to use these cycles as power, to use these fears as power motives. I'm like rambling. I don't even know where I began. Oh, it doesn't, yeah, it feels good to feel good. It always feels good to feel good, and yeah, I'm just gonna like take a second to just feel good. I know that there's gonna be so much more suffering and pain to come, but I know that I'm willing for it, and it's a part of my healing process. And if I want to heal, I must go through it. And there will be a time where I don't force myself to anymore. And it won't be necessary to choose suffering to heal and to feel enlightened or whatever. But in this incarnation, it's just where I'm at. And to be where you're at and accept it is how you take the next step. So I'm always trying to reach above me, to go beyond what I have right now. And that can be really difficult and confusing and painful. It's just accepting where you are, working on the game, working on the craft, the piece of art that's right in front of you. And when the other one is ready to show up, then that's when you know you can move on. Thank you. Sorry about the long video. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. Oh, it's such a conditioned thing to say that. Sorry. Not really. Okay, well, I have obligations, and it sucks, but I'm choosing it, and I'm growing from it, so see you next time.